welcome to True Heel Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch for another edition of AEWramble, episode 34. Thunder Rosa is your new AEW Women's World Champion. One of my favorite moments as a wrestling fan last night, seeing my favorite professional wrestler in the world winning the gold. So we are here to discuss that, plus the entire edition, the March 16th, 2022 episode of AEW Dynamite with this St. Patrick's Day Slam special. I should have told Jimmy in advance, we're going to take shots for every time I have to say St. Patrick's Day Slam. And every time they said it on the show, you would get quite the buzz. But yes, I am here with the man of 43,000 subscribers, your man to go to for TV and movie reviews, as well as your criticisms of Mr. Tony Anthony Khan. He is the one and only Jimmy Macram.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed this show. It was a good show. I don't know my favorite professional wrestler in the world. My favorite professional wrestler in this match. Not even that. It is what it is. Let's get to it.
I mean, your favorite professional wrestler in the match lost, so I understand how you're feeling right now. I've been in that position, sir. So
I know Lakers played last night, right?
Huh?
Lakers played last night, right?
Shut up. You turncoat, you former Laker fan, get out of here. Don't give me that nonsense. But yes, we are here to discuss AEW Dynamite from San Antonio, Texas on the March 16th, 2022 edition. Of course, this is AEWramble, so as much as you want to hear from me and Jimmy and our opinions on AEW Dynamite last night, we want to hear from all of you in the live chat. This is an interactive show, so we like to highlight a bunch of your comments, so give your thoughts on the show. The best way to have your comments highlighted on screen and to get the hot take of Jimmy Macram on your opinion and your comment is to send a super chat donations. Though those are always appreciated, and I just want to let everybody know your super chat donations are going to go directly to getting me the new Thunder Rosa new AEW Women's World Championship shirt. So just fair warning. And right off the bat, we got a super chat donation from Slammin' Sammy Joe with a question before we even get into the review. I will allow it because you spend money, so we got to answer it. Who will manage FTR, Jimmy? Bret Hart or Vin Diesel?
I'm going to say Vin Diesel because I can't see Bret going back to WWE, and that's where FTR is going to end up sooner rather than later. Sorry.
Wow. Hot take to start off the show, huh?
Sorry, Charlie. Sorry. All you fans. I'm a fan, but yeah, it's over.
Why are you so over FTR and AEW?
I love FTR and AEW.
I don't get it.
Shittily booked.
How are they shittily booked? They're building to a rematch with the Young
Bucks. They're building to a rematch. No, they're having a rematch. They're not building to anything.
They're building to it. It's being built. It was built last night in a promo segment.
Should have wore that was it. That was building, but the dummies just showed up and going, yeah. And then that was it. Oh my God, shoot me in the head.
Hey, he's your favorite. You know, Matt Jackson. EBB tells me all the time that that's your favorite wrestler.
Oh, Oh, I can't believe how you know what, Eric Bischoff was right, and I'm mad at all of you fucking treating him like he was half.
He's not right. He's not right. They do have good storytelling, and this man.
Oh my God! When
this man had one good idea for storytelling, and he's been living off of it for the last 25 years.
We're not doing this. Why are you shitting on the messenger? Why are you tearing the messenger down, calling him a bum? That's not the issue.
Because he is a bum.
If Hitler said 2 + 2 is 4, that doesn't make it wrong because Hitler said it. It's 4. It's 4.
No, it's not a fact. It's an opinion.
No, it's not an opinion.
It's an opinion.
Thanks, Tony Khan. I'm not getting riled up.
You could say that Tony Khan stinks, but you can't say that AEW doesn't have storytelling.
That feels like a very general. They don't have storytelling. Well,
that's what he said. That's what they don't have a basic understanding.
3 years. That's not good storytelling.
They have what?
4 good storylines in 3 years.
So what's your 4? What's your 4 that you're saying?
MJF and Punk, clearly. Which Dummy had nothing to do with, fucking obviously. Hangman and Omega, which they stretched out to 2 years. And I might be giving credit because I can't think of another one off the top of my fucking head.
Eddie Kingston? Any of Eddie Kingston's storylines.
That's what I'm saying. This is not storytelling. This is Eddie Kingston making your horse shit work. This is John Moxley making your nonsense work. That's your friend. Go talk to him. That's not a storyline.
Hey, that's more of a basic understanding of allowing people to do the storytelling than Eric Bischoff ever had. He allowed the wrong people to do the storytelling.
There's a criticism on Eric Bischoff. This is not right. I get your point, Eric. It's like whenever somebody on like Trent Dope or somebody says something, they go, "You stunk as a quarterback." Like, that's not the issue.
Eric, we all know you're just trying to get a job back with WWE because they fired you after a week the last time you worked for them. But I would stop crying over the fact that Tony Khan stopped calling you. Like it's becoming a little bit embarrassing.
It is.
And I only like to clown Chavo Guerrero for being mad that Tony Khan didn't call him.
I will say Eric was a little transparent. All of a sudden, for years he said WWE also doesn't know what they're doing, but now all of a sudden they do. How's that work? Oh,
and then like that's what I said. Like I respect when Jimmy Macram criticizes AEW storytelling because you're a good storyteller. Why don't you plug your storytelling, please? Because you haven't plugged it on the show yet. I see you have a. Yeah, you should. You should. There's actual people that will support you here. They like you more than me. Go ahead.
I don't. It feels like a significant stretch, but I have a comic book on jimmymacram.com. It's spelled where it is where my name is.
I'll put your Twitter handle here.
Yes, that works. It's up there. Buy it or don't. You know I don't care.
Oh, this is why I enjoy doing this. Like this is why I almost feel like I'm like putting Jimmy's arm around his back by keeping him here to review AEW Dynamite. Marcus Cash was supposed to be here, but he's asleep right now. You can check out the Jimmy Macram YouTube channel if you miss Marcus Cash. We got a couple of comments here to highlight. Alan Weinstein saying, "Yo, SP3 and Big Jim, what it do, fellas?" Thank you, Alan Weinstein. Your support. We exchanged messages. You sent me a message. I hope I gave you the best advice I could with what you're trying to do, and I really appreciate you reaching out to me and asking about it. And I also appreciate you sending that $50 super chat donation last night during the watch along. So Mr. Weinstein, don't be schnicey with Jimmy here. Jimmy's here, so at least send $1 during this live stream. We also got Romeo in the live chat saying how SP3 feels is how I felt 13 times for Charlotte Flair.
That's very subtle.
13 times. We also got CM with us. Thanks for joining us, CM, as always, saying now SP3, you think you'll pop more when Hook wins? When Hook wins the AEW World Championship, that might eclipse a couple of my other ones because I literally started from the beginning of his career, and now if I get to that level, yeah, I might cry. I might shed a thug tear. And speaking of thug tears, CM asking, Jimmy, you crying because your GOAT lost?
First of all, she's not my GOAT. She's the GOAT. That's how that works. And number two, no, she should have lost at the fucking Revolution. I understand. She's got a.
we will.
Don't do this. Please don't do this to me.
We will get to that. We're actually going to do things different on this episode. Keep those comments coming in. We love to hear from you guys. We also got I see DJ Eric here with us saying sup SP3 and Tony Khan's #1 fan Jimmy Macram. We got Christopher Ryan Cooper saying Ayo, yes. RIP to Scott Hall for sure. Any thoughts or memories of Scott Hall before we get into things, Jimmy?
Arguably, and I would argue, the greatest wrestler never to win a world title. Kurt Hennig, obviously in the discussion, but I would go with Scott.
Roddy Piper. I would put those are like my top 3.
That's just true. I love Scott Hall though. Just the coolest. Kevin Nash described it somewhat awkwardly when he said there was no black guys in WCW. So me and Scott were the coolest guys in the room. That's always how I felt. That's always how I felt about fucking Nash Hall. I just felt cool. I'm here for it.
Beyond cool. Even when he was Razor, he was like the coolest, especially during that era of WWF. He was the coolest guy in the room. He made being the bad guy cool. And I will never look at Two Picks the same because of Scott Hall. So definitely shout outs and prayers and condolences to Scott Hall, his family, and especially Kevin Nash, because that was like a brother to him. So I know he's hurting more than anybody. We got Alan Weinstein saying Antoine hates Jimmy. Yes, that is for sure. And look at that. Look at Romeo doing work in the behind the scenes. Pre-order Jimmy Macram's comic Ascension here. www.jimmymacram.com. Support your boy any way you can. Yes. Love that support. And Alan Weinstein, you're always the guy saying super chat donation early on saying I don't always agree with Jimmy, but always respect the take. That's what it's all about. And a couple of shout outs for Scott Hall. But let's get into AEW Dynamite from last night from San Antonio, Texas. And usually here on AEWramble, we go in chronological order. But I said, fuck that, because we're here to talk about Thunder Rosa, ladies and gentlemen. If you thought I was going to be here and be non-biased with my reporting of what we saw last night in the main event, you had another thing coming. We're talking about the main event because it was a big match feel right from the beginning. Thunder Rosa in her adopted hometown of San Antonio, Texas, coming out with an all-female mariachi band. If you know anything about Thunder Rosa, she's always about women empowerment, so that was a great touch. And coming out like a matador, the face paint, the attire, and that pop, that Thunder Rosa pop, it's like a Road Warrior pop. And when she came out in San Antonio, it was loud as hell. Great entrance. She felt like a superstar, felt like the biggest baby face in wrestling. And she had an opponent who also had the big match attire, coming out in Scott Hall inspired gear, beautiful touch, and coming out alone. No Rebel, no Jamie Hayter. Right from the start, we got a little bit of the grittiness that is this rivalry from the Lights Out match, and any interaction they've had since that Lights Out match. It almost feels like these women are shooting on each other a lot of the time. And the start of this match felt very scrappy, sometimes sloppy, but it felt real. It felt real. It felt like they were really fighting in there. DMD, coming out, getting busted open early on by getting smashed into the cage. We had Thunder Rosa pulling out a Stone Cold Stunner on 316 Day. Very nice touch there. She got busted open big time, splitting her head open. Both women were busted open throughout this. Chairs was used by Thunder Rosa and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Britt Baker with an incredible air raid crash onto a stack of chairs. That was one of the bigger spots of this match, but it wasn't the only one. Prior to the air raid crash, we had Britt Baker taking out the referee with a super kick. The referee was done dead. But it set up, of course, The only referee with a set of balls on the AEW roster. Yes, I am talking about Aubrey Edwards coming out, and she came out just in time for Britt Baker to build a fucking contraption, Jimmy. A contraption. It's not even a structure. She built a contraption. She laid out the chairs on the open chairs. I was like, oh, she's laying out a flat surface so she can take a bump on it. That's perfect. Then she puts more open chairs on top of the flat chairs, and then they fight on top. Thunder Rosa hits her head into the steel cage, and she falls directly spine first onto the stack of chairs, creating a really good near fall right there. Then Britt Baker said, I'm going to throw it back to last year. She brought thumbtacks into play, but this time she got the better of it at first, backdropping Thunder Rosa into the thumbtacks and then looking for the lockjaw, but Thunder Rosa reverses it by biting the hand that fed her in Britt Baker, biting her hand and then slamming her other hand into the thumbtacks. We get a vicious power bomb onto the thumbtacks, probably a little bit more harder than even the last time they versed each other, because Thunder Rosa went down knee first on the power bomb. The finish felt a little bit rushed, like they were rushing for time, but a brutal finish indeed, where Thunder Rosa hits the Fire Thunder driver onto the thumbtacks. And credit to Aubrey Graham saying, fuck it, I don't care if it's thumbtacks right there. I'm going to slam my hand as hard as possible, because this is the moment Thunder Rosa has been waiting for, as she becomes the new AEW Women's World Champion. These two women went at it for 17 and a half minutes. It had emotion. It had some thrilling spots, some thrilling bumps, some brutality, blood, everything you could have asked for. Yeah, it was kind of, like I said, scrappy, sloppy at times, but
scrappy.
Scrappy, yes, scrappy and sloppy, but it felt like a fight. That's what it comes down to. I would say it was a shade under what they did last year in the Lights Out match, but definitely worthy of the main event spot. And it felt like a big moment with Thunder Rosa becoming your new AEW Women's World Champion. And yes, Alan Weinstein, your $5 super chat donation, and Slam and Sibby Joe, your $2 super chat donation. So we need about like $20 to $30 more, ladies and gentlemen, so I can get the new Thunder Rosa Women's World Champion t-shirt, and Jimmy can get himself a commemorative shirt to honor the end of the reign of DMD, as Britt Baker 3/16/22 t-shirt has been released for the steel cage match as well. What was your thoughts on this matchup and the win by Thunder Rosa?
First things first, I don't want to get a commemorative shirt about a loss, but that shirt is clean as fuck, ain't it?
It is.
I have to.
I like both. I like both shirts. I wouldn't.
Roses too.
I wouldn't mind rocking both of these. Like that design is just different from a lot of other. It's a black shirt at the end of the day, but the design, I love it on the Thunder Rosa shirt. And yeah, the DMD, the blood stain. Man, these two women. Sometimes you could put Sasha Banks into the conversation. You could put Bianca Belair into the conversation, Charlotte Flair into the conversation. But last night, these two women felt like the two biggest female stars in professional wrestling.
What about your girl? Fucking, we're not counting Ronda?
Oh, well, Ronda's a mainstream star. She's not even a professional wrestler. A
mainstream star.
A mainstream star. She's a celebrity.
What I believe the MMA community refers to as a joke. But it is what it is.
No, they refer to her as UFC Hall of Famer, actually. But go ahead.
Nobody refers to UFC Hall of Fame ever.
Yes, they did.
Only for Thunder.
Huh?
She woke up. That's not.
Will you stop? She'll be up at WrestleMania 38.
Absolutely. Positive and negative. You know, it's Thunder Rosa moment. Let's start positive. It was a really good match, as you said. It was definitely sloppy at times, especially early on and towards the finish. But that's because it felt like we had to fucking wrap this shit up. We were kind of pressed here. I think Go Big just popped up from something. It was really weird.
Yeah, it was the power bomb, power bomb into the thumbtacks. Like she rolled to the floor and then immediately got up and hit her with a chair, and it was like what?
I know it's a lot of adrenaline going, but to get hit with thumbtacks for real and to just fucking, hey, fuck, we got shit to do and just keep moving.
But I think if you go back and watch it, you can kind of hear Aubrey like telling them when she took the powerbomb spot, like, only got 2 minutes.
Jesus. I'm so happy for Thunder Rosa. I love this crowd was great all night. It was particularly great here, as they should have been. She's a UFC Hall of Famer. I'm aware. So what? Didn't they take Ken Shamrock out? That's not how that works. This is a joke. This is fucking Dana White's plaything. All right, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Fuck. I can't get distracted. Let me move. Get rid of this chat. I can't be getting distracted by the chat.
Put the private chat on.
It was a really good match. Go Baker taking those spots, always great. And Thunder Rosa deserves it. And now we've got 2 stars in the division, as it always should have been. And now we have something to build on. That aside, you said this match had everything. It almost had everything. It did not have any fucking build-up during the night, because dummy is a fucking dummy, as I always says. No, this is a fucking year-long fucking thing. More than a year long. What's the video package? We get some half-ass video package to begin with. What are we doing here?
I do agree.
We're pressed for time. How do we cut fucking anything involving Matt Jackson? We're good.
You're ridiculous.
You're welcome. I just saved you. You're welcome. But it was fun. I like this match a lot. And I like the design of the steel cage. It's kind of Hell in a Cell-y. Not that extreme, obviously, but there's a lot of space.
And I think the reason that it had a lot of space, it was a comment that a lot of people were saying during the show, is that it was a smaller ring. It wasn't an 18 by 18 ring. I think it was like a 16 by 16 ring. I don't know if they did that on purpose, so the ladies had room on the floor to kind of go through everything in the steel cage match. But yeah, it definitely, the AEW steel cage is far superior to the WWE steel cage, because it's an actual steel cage match again. Like, it's no interference. They never really have interference in these matches. It always has some type of like blood or a big spot. So this one was different from the other ones, and I feel like all of their steel cage matches stand out in a different way.
Agreed. Although this was the only one I can really remember is Cody's moonsault off the top. I know that.
You don't Lucha Bros and Young Bucks.
Review. Yeah, I remember them doing in the middle of the ring. Yes, very important stuff. Violence. AEW. Yeah. I'm with you, 100%.
This guy's ridiculous. he's so ridiculous. We got Alan Weinstein saying love this match, but it got a little sloppy. Yeah. We also had Nick Jackson says those spots with the tax were brutal for sure. We also got a super chat donation here from Slam and Sammy Joe. Thank you so much, Slam and Sammy Joe. As always, we appreciate your support. Saying Hope and Blood and Guts will be the sports entertainers versus the professional wrestlers. JAS versus Mox, Bryan, Eddie, and Proud and Powerful with Regal on commentary. War Games. Ooh. I did feel the same thing watching the show. Like, they were kind of overtly telling us that this is what we're building to, because they had the segments back and forth with Regal on commentary during the tag match, which we'll get into, kind of talking about he's going to teach people how to be pro wrestlers. And the immediate segment after that was the Jericho Appreciation Society promo saying we're sports entertainers and we're going to beat up professional wrestlers. So they kind of said it without saying it, that this is what we're leading to. What do you think?
I'm sold on this. Even if it doesn't happen, it should happen. I wouldn't mind fucking getting Wheeler Yuta in there somehow. I'm not entirely sure I would do that.
We will definitely talk about that, because I think if anyone kind of turned around how people viewed him last night, it was definitely Wheeler Yuta, and we'll get into that. We got Will Chisholm saying, "What's up, SP3? You know it's bad when Liv Morgan has more airtime than Ruby Soho." By the way, Queen Rosa win was huge. I get why Dustin Rhodes came out, but it just feel like something Cody would do. SMH. Not to me, because I understand their whole relationship. They've been doing most of the training for the women's division for AEW. So why does it always have to be fucking? Why can't a man and female be friends?
Then keep your ass in the back. Beat it. This is not about you, sir. You can congratulate her once she gets back there. She'll be back there in a fucking second. Beat it. Jesus.
And yes, we do, Slam and Sammy Show. We need an SP316 shirt for sure. Yes. Yes, I agree. We also got Truly Heel Romeo saying, does this make up for what happened at Revolution? Are you more satisfied it happened this way? Yay or nay for TK's booking? Me, myself, I think it does, because I don't think Thunder Rosa beating Britt Baker at Revolution would have been the second or third most talked about thing coming out of Revolution. I think the 1 and 2 would be in one match, MJF and CM Punk. It would be the match itself, Punk's entrance, and Wardlow's babyface turn would have been more talked about than Thunder Rosa, the only title change on that show. I think it would have been talked about less than it will be here coming out of AEW Dynamite.
Agree with that thought. These are really two questions, though. Does this make up for what happened in Revolution? No, because they shouldn't have had the fucking match and then wouldn't have gotten shat all over. Am I satisfied it happened this way? Yes, except without that match. Yeah, and TK's booking. The answer almost always is nay. Almost always.
Almost always.
Almost always.
Very well noted. We also got Nick saying, I agree with Jimmy. I was annoyed that there was no video package. I would have loved for the match to have been at least 10 minutes longer. I would have taken 5 minutes longer. 17 and a half minutes is a long match and it's worthy of a steel cage match. 5 more minutes, making it just over 20 minutes. I think that would have been good enough and felt worthy of this rivalry.
Agreed. Everyone's been great.
We also got you, my boy Blue, saying Dustin is somebody that Thunder really looks up to, kind of her mentor.
So what? It's my very simple answer to that. So what?
So the fuck what? And Shirley Hale Romeo agreeing with you, saying yes, Dustin grandstanded Rose's moment, pissed me off. I don't care what he means to her. Have it on social media off the air.
Thank you. Actually, that's my motto in life. I don't care what he means to her. So what? Does that have to do with fucking anything?
You guys have no heart. I just want to let y'all know.
Even if Thunder Rosa want him out there, I don't care.
No heart. But yes, keep those comments coming in. We are definitely here to celebrate the win of Thunder Rosa. Well deserved, in my opinion. Those super chat donations are always appreciated, and it will make sure that we highlight your comment on screen. We try to highlight as many comments as possible, but the super chat donation is the best way to do it. As we start again from the top of the show, as this show was bookended by, in my opinion, 2 great matches. I felt like the steel cage match with the emotion of Thunder Rosa's win, elevating, a lot of what they did inside that steel cage to be in a great matchup and a great presentation. But the opener was just bell to bell an awesome matchup, in my opinion, as it was a trios matchup of Hangman Adam Page and Jurassic Express going up against Adam Cole and Red Dragon. This spot here, dog. Oh my God. We got a triple moonsault, Jungle Boy off the top rope, as well as the Orihara moonsault from Hangman Adam Page, as well as Luchasaurus with a moonsault off the apron onto Adam Cole and Red Dragon. This was just nonstop action, including a double doomsday device by Jungle Boy and this crowd. This from the very beginning of the show with this match especially, I was like, this might be an all-timer crowd, because they elevated everything that was going on in this matchup. Got to give it up to Hangman Page going crazy with a Cesaro-like hot tag, coming in and looking like the best babyface male in AEW in this matchup, just going crazy and getting the cowboy shit chant. He was over like Rover here, but in the end, it was Red Dragon and Adam Cole who got the advantage. They gave the high-low to Jungle Boy, followed by Adam Cole lowering the boom with the knee pad down on Jungle Boy, and Hangman Adam Page had to stare at Adam Cole as he lost the matchup. This went about just under 14 minutes, and I thought that this was a rocking trios match, a great way to kick off the show. What was your thoughts on this one?
I thought it was a really good match. From opening bell, from fucking pyro jumping, that crowd was hot, and I loved it. And it almost makes watching AEW worth it. I love the way Red Dragon works, just in fucking general.
And they're comedy. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but they're comedy because I literally now look for it because we talk about it every week. And Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish double teaming Jungle Boy.
My turn.
My turn. That shit popped me. I was almost in tears watching this. Like Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish keep raising up our ladder of our favorites on this show.
Yes, they were fucking fantastic. I love the triple moonsault spot. I hate the double doomsday spot. It just took too much choreography. It just looks, and it just does. We can't have it both ways. We can't say fucking the main event felt like a fight and then be completely fine with fucking choreographed nonsense that Jungle Boy and Lucha Stars do. Come on, it can't have it both ways.
Fair, that's fair.
Hangman feels like a star. Now it helps that this crowd was in love with him, but I don't want to have too many negative things to say because I think I already reached my quota. But if Hangman could just stay here, be booked in prominent spots like the opening match, the main event match, and then I don't know, talk or be featured for more than 12 seconds at a time when he's not the guy. Anyway, this is great. Cole should have won. He did win.
But I do agree with the criticism. But over the last month, it has felt like they are trying again. At the very least. At the very least. Like the Adam Cole, the build up the last 2 weeks going into Revolution, as well as last week with the win over Dante Martin, putting him over after the match. And then this match, him looking like the most unstoppable babyface on the roster. I think they've done a good job over the last month in comparison to his first 3 months as champion.
I will agree with that. Yes, that is how that works. But when they continue to do this, I don't want to hear that this was long-term storytelling. We had to evolve. Heck, no, you fucked up and then you fixed your fuck up. That's how that works. That's all I'm saying.
So do you think we're getting Cole and Hangman? I think the next big event is going to be Battle of the Belts in April. Do you think we're going to get a rematch there?
Are we still doing this fucking event? It was terrible not the first time. Sure. What's that? When is that?
I believe it's the second week of April. It would be very unwise to do it the same weekend as WrestleMania. So probably the second or third weekend of April that we should expect that. And this is an interesting question that Rick Ucchino posed to me. Okay. Do you think? Well, no. You know what? I'll save the question after we talk about the next match because we have to throw a couple of more teams into the equation before I ask that question. So first, before our next matchup, we had a couple of quick segments backstage as we saw Keith Lee along with Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs. And Ricky Starks, man, he knows how to maximize his minutes. Like he always gets himself over talking to Keith Lee, telling him that he'll get another beating if he shows up on Rampage this week. Lee threatens to punch out Ricky Starks, and he said, "Last time I punched you out, you laid on the mat like a little bitch." And he says, "I'll see them on Friday." I felt like everybody in this segment came off well. What about you?
Yes, that Ricky Starks is amazing. He should be higher up on the card. I don't know how you can watch Ricky Starks and then think, let's put the TNT title on Scorpio Sky. I'm not entirely sure how those two things mesh in your fucking head, outside of the fact that you're a fucking moron. But yes, Ricky Starks was fucking fantastic. Hobbs is great just because, dude, maybe he just was like using a color chart and fucking Scorpio Sky is just dark enough to let him get away with it. Look, I like black people.
I mean, to be fair, he does.
That's always gonna be fucking hilarious.
Oh man,
it's felt like these three have elevated Rampage for me. Like I felt like watching last week, and I feel like watching this week.
it feels like an unofficial brand split that they are like Rampage guys. And then we got another segment later on in the night with Ricky Starks as well, which we will get into very, very shortly as well. But it's right here. Let's talk about it. As we had the Acclaim hyping up Rampage, as it is going to be Max Caster going one-on-one with Keith Lee in the main event. I absolutely love Anthony Bowens calling Keith Lee Cleveland Jr. Oh my God, I popped for that line so much. And then Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs try to give them a pep talk about the matchup on Rampage, and it was Swerve Strickland who interrupts and says that if you like to steal spotlights, well, why don't Swerve steal his spotlight come Rampage? And it's kind of teasing maybe a tag team match with Team Taz and Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, maybe Strickland versus Ricky Starks. We had the Acclaim say, is he a rapper? Supposed to be a rapper? So we might get something between them. What did you think about this follow-up segment?
I think I was really enjoying that segment until Swerve showed up. I'm sorry. I know you guys like Swerve.
Hating.
I just showed. He feels like a cartoon character. And he's standing there with 4 other cartoon characters. I don't even know how that's even possible. Maybe like Tony Khan, I reached my darking limit, like 5. There's too many. What's Source Wars? I'm not half for that.
He said the Source Awards. I haven't heard that phrase in years.
But this was fine. If it leads to any more Starks on my screen, I'm here for it, I guess. I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, we got 2 Ricky Starks promos on this show. I'm happy. And before our next matchup on the show, we also got a quick little intriguing vignette here with Chris Statlander showing herself in the mirror, wiping off the alien makeup, kind of signaling maybe a change in character. What did you think about that?
I thought it was fucking perfect. I couldn't believe how simple and effective it was.
Yeah.
Apparently when it comes to fucking TV production, dummy can do that, just not tell a story. But fucking JR and fucking Excalibur ruined it. JR says her makeup game is whatever, and then Excalibur says, "Oh, Stellar, I don't know what's going on here," which is slightly better than what the fuck JR said, but boo, the story told itself. Leave it alone. Put Rico on commentary and just get rid of everybody else.
Oh man, we're just about to get into that. I did want to feature a couple of more comments. Keep those comments going. Love how you guys are coming in. We got DJ Eric shouting out Alan Weinstein, saying Alan Weinstein is the king of super chats, and I will gladly take my place of being the prince of super chats. Fair enough. I was seeing your 316 super chats. Those were very clever yesterday, DJ Eric. Appreciate that. We also had Frantic World talking about the opening match. The first match was crazy and good. Agreed with those. Nick Jackson saying, "Give me the trios titles already." Yeah, I mean, I say this after every great trios match. Say, yeah, we need trios titles. And actually, Adam Cole and Red Dragon are undefeated in trios action, so they're building up a case for them, or making my case of the finals being the Elite versus Adam Cole and Red Dragon even more prominent.
Ooh.
Yes. We got also Nick Jackson saying, "My mom loves Red Dragon now because of how funny they are." Yes, they are simply like I think it's not even overrating them by saying they're probably the funniest tag team on the show, in my opinion, right now.
Yes. Certainly.
That says a lot when the Acclaim is on the show. So we also had Romeo says, "Does Jungle Boy need to be taking the pin here over Luchasaurus? Is this your pillow? Not my pillow." Jungle Boy is okay to take those losses. He's kind of that scrappy baby face that needs to. He is the one to kind of take the losses. I prefer him taking a loss over Luchasaurus, who's supposed to be this monster. And I feel like Luchasaurus is he's very underrated, in my opinion. Just when he goes off, he goes off. He's like a more evolved Kane, in my opinion.
Evolved, sure. Let's leave it there, I guess. His moveset is very, yes, evolved. I don't think he's more talented. Or, no, just because you can flip doesn't make you talented. That's Russell Westbrook. Just because you're athletic and shit doesn't mean you're any good at playing basketball.
will you stop making Laker references for once? DJ Eric says the next Battle of the Belts will be taped on Friday night, April 15th. Oh, okay, so there we go. And it's taped? Yes, I agree, Romeo. Oh, not taped. Don't do that. We also.
Oh, wait a minute. Before you continue, that tape shit, they're not as bad as I remember from SmackDown in 2005 or 6, whenever I stopped watching. But that canned noise they use on Rampage is infuriating. I'm sorry. It just is.
I agree. That's it. Kind of takes me out on some of the stuff. We also got Frantic World loving the Cleveland Junior line as well. Follow B asking a good question. Has EBB gotten to Jimmy? No. Where is EBB? The EBB is too long. It's too long. I haven't seen any of your comments yet. You're slacking. You're supposed. Oh well, we are starting at an hour earlier, so that's on Jimmy. He wanted to start an hour earlier so we could get some Ozark in after this. But we also got Slam and Sammy Joe saying SP3 really just said that the dinosaur is evolved. Yes. You got the joke. Jimmy missed it, but you got it. We also had our next contest, which was another tag team bout 2-on-2 this time with Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley versus Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta. First of all, William Regal on commentary. Yes, give it to me every week. William Regal coming in and saying, thanking JR for, what he did during his career and saying that the old mess bloke over there, you haven't done anything for me. And then asking who is the face painted wank talking about Danhausen.
So awesome. That was so fucking good.
He was so awesome, and you would think this would be a showcase for Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson, and it was. They were very dominant. Chuck Taylor got in there. He got a little bit of offense on both men, but he was kind of disposed of, and this really became the Wheeler Yuta showcase. He showed up and showed out. He showed aggression. He showed personality, charisma, some things that these words I would never associate with Wheeler Yuta before last night, but he showed a lot of passion and emotion, taking the kicks from Bryan, kicking out of the heart attack, kicking out of the regal plex, to the point that Bryan had to go to the kicks to the head, and then Moxley came in with the bulldog choke, and Wheeler Yuta passed out, tapping out in the process. After the match, we got a nice little segment where Wheeler Yuta was about to walk out with the best friends, but instead he turned back, went into the ring and offered his hand in a handshake to William Regal, who proceeded to slap the dog pound shit out of Wheeler Yuta, who did not back down, even with Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley saying, "What up? You trying to come to dad? You trying to come to our coach? What up, dog? What up?" I loved everything about the closing of this segment, how over the crowd was rooting for Yuta, the Yuta chants during the end of the matchup and into the post-match. I thought that this was a really good piece of business to follow up on what Regal was saying about these two men, Moxley and Danielson, along with Regal, teaching the young guys on this roster how to be professional wrestlers. Wheeler Yuta, after this match, fits in very nicely with them a lot more than he does with best friends. What do you think, Jimmy?
7 minutes in, right before the commercial break, I thought this match is going way too fucking long, and I'm already over it. And then I fucking stuck around because I got to do this 12. And all of a sudden, it became the Wheeler Yuta show. I went, this match is just perfect. It did. AEW's tried this several times. I can't name all of them. Mostly Kenny Omega matches, where he tries to elevate some bum.
Well, he did Dante Martin.
Who's the other one? Somebody in the Dark Order, I forget. Anyway.
Alan Five Angels. Yeah.
Yes. It was a long match.
He did it twice.
No, it isn't. It's just
he got him signed, though.
Congratulations to you, sir. You got a paycheck and my eternal not watching on Dark. By the way, enough of you cocksuckers talking about, Dark's not the motion. Look, the Young Bucks are running. Would you stop? It's on YouTube versus the national televised program. Would you fucking knock it off? They got to defend AEW whenever they can. It makes me sick. Anyway,
So easily.
I am. Fucking Willie was great. I thought the offense he got in was great. I thought the way he sold was great. I thought his fucking come get me wasn't over the top. It was just I'm almost dead, but I'm not gonna back down. I thought it was perfect. And I was shocked by the after show because it felt like he was abandoning them and then coming to them, which I was here for. And then Regal slapped the taste out of his fucking mouth. And the way Dragon and Moxley walked up on him is just like I would think very clearly about the next thing you fucking do. That's
how me and Jimmy will be if anybody steps up to Cash. If you get mad with Cash, that's how me and Jimmy will roll up on you.
It was great. And then he left. It was great. I assume this is part of a long-term story. I'm going to give him the credit for thinking this thing through. Now, when it falls apart, I don't want to hear that the falling apart was also part of the long-term story. Knock it off. But give him a shot here. This is a good step one.
Yeah. I think the next step, we haven't seen Wheeler Yuta versus Bryan Danielson. Maybe we can get like a singles match between them where he can prove himself again, because Regal did say, he was like, you showed something tonight, but you got to prove yourself a little bit more before you can step up and I give you a handshake. So we got to see, maybe they follow up with that. I would love for them to also tease the other person they mentioned with Lee Moriarty. Maybe give us Matt Sydal and Lee Moriarty versus Danielson and Moxley next, with Moriarty kind of having a similar moment. So I want to see them kind of form this whole thing. But honestly, in my opinion, this is the best storyline in AEW right now.
Wow.
Think about it.
Well, MJF and Punk is done.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would say so, unless Julia Hart joins the House of Black, which appears to be done.
He had to mention that comment.
It just appears to be over. I was waiting for it, and now it's just whatever.
Oh, well, there you go. Jimmy just has to.
And then they remember it a year from now, and then Julia Hart will join, and all they did is to go, see, long-term storytelling. It was a year from the. No, it wasn't. He just forgot.
Hey, Julia, the House of Black might have Julia Hart and Chris Statlander, maybe.
I'll take either one. I prefer Statlander.
Yeah, I would prefer Statlander as well. We got Vala B saying, unfortunately, TK letting Brian Pillman Jr. feed into his last arc edition by not booking him.
This dummy. I can't wait to work with Jeff Hardy. Really? It's clearly somewhere on the indie scene or somewhere else. What the fuck are you talking about?
Negro Buck saying, good storytelling with that Yuta moment. We also got Vala B who says Willie Yuta is the most chaos dude in Best Friends. By that, I mean he's turning on them. Seems legit. Romeo saying, here we go with the Wheeler Yuta overhype. Oh boy, he's a scrawny twerp who I don't want to see anywhere near Brian and Mox.
Jesus, right. He's not scrawny, he's slender.
I'm gonna need Romeo to get to work because he's gonna need to change this meme into his head because that's what he sounded like here.
Scrawny twerp. I don't get them. Like Orange Cassidy's I'm calling him twerp, but he's scrawny.
Yeah,
he's got a little more muscle to him.
Yeah, he does. He does actually. So I don't know. Romeo just being a hater for hater's sake. He doesn't keep the same energy when NXT does Home Alone's fucking segments on Tuesday night. So consistency is not his thing. We also got Alan Weinstein saying, do you think Mox and Danielson will stay together for a minute and win the tag team titles? Which brings me to a question for Jimmy here. So we got Mox and Danielson. We had Red Dragon get the victory over Jurassic Express in the opener. We always talk about Santana and Ortiz because we are New York brethren with them. Who do you think is the team that is going to dethrone Jurassic Express to become the new AEW World Tag Team Champions?
Money gun to my head, I would say Red Dragon, but it probably should be Mox and Dragon. It just feels like an obvious. They would visually look better than them as they are. Could force Jungle Boy to take things more seriously. And I'm here for fucking Mox and Dragon win the belts. So wins for everybody.
seems legit all around there. I'm gonna go with Red Dragon because I feel like they're the team that needs it the most. I feel like that will immediately, give them a lot of credibility. They're in a similar position for me to where FTR was in 2020 when they first came into AEW. They kind of skipped the line and got credibility instantly by winning the AEW World Tag Team titles. I want Red Dragon to do the same, except have a little bit of a longer reign than what FTR did. Speaking of FTR's reign and the ending of their reign, we got a tease to that infamous tag team matchup here as FTR had a promo segment backstage. They seem happy to have fired Tully Blanchard, but the Young Bucks come in to say that it doesn't matter who manages FTR. It could be the best there is because they're just not that good, and there will always be the second best tag team in AEW. And oh my God, Nick Jackson, what the fuck are you wearing? I love it so much. But this was actually the tease that I wanted to talk about because we shitted all over the segment last week with FTR and Tully Blanchard, them firing Tully randomly. But this tease from Matt Jackson, if you listen to his wording, may have just teased that Brett the Hitman Hart is going to replace Tully as the next manager of FTR. What would you think about Bret Hart coming into AEW to manage FTR?
I would hate it. I would hate it so much. Listen to me. I've only loved Brett's promos for like a 6-month stretch. I just
1997.
That's 97. That's it. Every other time he's talked, I've been bored to tears. Please stop talking. Meanwhile, you have Dax right there who can talk out of his fucking mind. What are we even doing?
I would like it to be more of like their coach, where these two don't need anyone to talk for them. I think they're, especially Dax, he's great, and Cash is all right as well. So I just think maybe a coaching figure in the corner where Brett could say a line or two, but really it would be Dax doing the majority of the heavy lifting. But I wouldn't be mad at this replacement because they do have a strong connection to Bret Hart. Bret Hart has been mentioned a lot in AEW as of late. He was the man that introduced the AEW World Heavyweight Championship at Double or Nothing 2019, so I wouldn't be mad at it.
Listen, if it gets FTR higher up the card, I'm all here for it. But wait a minute, is the Pinnacle done, by the way?
If it feels like FTR is going babyface. That was the other thing that was teased in this, where the Young Bucks definitely came off like the heels in this situation, and FTR came off very sympathetic, even explaining that they loved Tully. He was focused on everything when they were the champions, but when they lost the titles, he lost focus. So losing focus will make you lose your job. It was totally understandable, even though the segment last week wasn't. This was understandable with their explanation.
Except it completely contradicts what happened last week, which was them not wanting to go after the titles and get revenge. Meanwhile, Tully lost focus when they lost the titles, and what, we didn't? Okay. Great booking. And the Pinnacle's done because Warlord's the babyface now. He's out. FTR's out, so it's just fucking MJF and Spears. I would say that's a fantastic way to end that impossibly hot angle you pulled off however long ago with the Pinnacle. Just
1 year ago, actually.
1 year, just having it slowly fucking crumble. Yes, dude. That's what I'm saying. Nobody will mention it. It's just me here alone. Nobody will even bring it up. And then it'll be like, oh, forget that. It was forever ago. Who cares? Knock it off.
What are you talking about? What you talking about?
All I'm saying. It's terrible. That's it. Is that too much? That's what I'm saying.
We also have SCW, the wrestling channel, saying, hey guys, hope you're well. Wheeler Yuta is a superb talent. I would love to see him along with Regal, Bryan, and Mox. Great shout on tag match with Matt Sydal and Lee Moriarty.
How are you,
Romeo says, lies. I did not like the Cora Jade crap. I never said you liked it. I just said you weren't as hard on it as you were on Wheeler Yuta. Wording is everything. Don't be like some of our comment people who try to say I said something when I didn't say it, Romeo. You're better than that.
SCW, the wrestling channel, superb. What are you, Marcus Cash? Can we stop reaching for top shelf words? He's good. Superb.
Hey, You fell into the Marcus Cash trap of calling FTR the best tag team when the Young Bucks are clearly the best tag.
Listen, I was here. You guys were watching. I did not like FTR. I don't know who the fuck they are when they showed up. They are the best tag team, at least in the company. I can't speak for anybody else. I don't watch.
No. You can say in the business because this company definitely has the best tag team in the business, and I'm the Usos are great, the New Day are great. They just don't have the great matches that this tag team division has. We got Annika saying y'all are an hour early. Yes, I tried to explain. Me and Jimmy have work to do for his channel after this, so we're an hour early. We're kind of going through things at a nice little rate here, but we appreciate Annika for joining us late. You can go back and watch once we're done as well.
We already talked about Thunder Rosa. Sorry.
Yes, I will mention her again because. Yeah. Slammin' Sammy Joe says Red Dragon he feels is going to be the next champion because their heels, Mox and Brian, Proud and Powerful, and FTR are faces.
Well, Brian's still a heel. In fact, he walks out from the heel tunnel.
That is true. Good point.
Regal. So I don't know. We'll see.
And
Mox doesn't enter from any tunnel, so maybe they are heels already. We don't even know.
We don't even know it. Oh yeah, Nick Jackson saying AEW's Nick Jackson, most fucked fucker. Okay.
A great Nick. Yes.
Yuma Boy Blue saying the Young Bucks look like anime villains.
Fucking Demi does talk like it, and fucking Nick dresses like it. So it's perfect.
We also got SCW saying definitely gave Bret Hart hints for sure. Frantic World saying Bret Hart with FTR would be fire. We also got asking the same question. Does this mean FTR are no longer with the Pinnacle? They're turning babyface. Yeah, I would say it's done. It's over with. And I agree with Jimmy.
I wish Vince was better so you all would fucking see what I mean with Tony Khan. You're too blind about how bad Vince is.
Yes, pretty much. Slammin' Jimmy Joe says, I really hope TK can pick up Samoa Joe to be the voice of ROH.
I really hope you can pick up Samoa Joe to book ROH. Let somebody else do some booking.
I agree. Kid Get Money saying FTR already proved they will throw hands for Bret Hart. Yes, they did. They definitely did when they punched out that dude that bum rushed him at the Hall of Fame for sure. And that's family for them. Kid Get Money also saying, Jimmy, the weed is good here in Jacksonville. Give TK a break if he forgets a thing or two.
That's hilarious. Is it as good as Big Swole's weed that he didn't have no complaints about when he... Shut up, lady. I'm on your side, but come on.
My God.
Please bring that up. You weren't saying that when you were smoking my weed? Like, what are you even babbling about?
Oh, God. Jimmy gonna get us in a whole bunch of trouble. But next up, speaking of getting in trouble, we have the Jericho Appreciation Society commencement ceremony. Here is the fans, of course, are singing along to Judas as usual, which the former Matt Lee asks if the fans love singing that song and says that if it were up to him, there would be no song or singing. But Jericho is a better man than him. That is why Jericho deserves to be praised for his contributions as a human being. Jericho gets on the mic and says that the earth has been around for 4.5 billion years, and you are lucky enough to be around during the Jericho era.
That's weird.
Apparently, he didn't. I mean, he didn't believe that on January 6, 2021. But okay, we hear about some of the things he has done, including angles and promos. His words, and how he has helped build companies just like AEW. Instead of praising him, though, people have said some very, very hurtful things about him on social media. Eddie Kingston was mean to him too by making him tap out at Revolution, but he isn't coming out here tonight. Jericho isn't a wrestler, but rather a sports entertainer, which leads to Daniel Garcia grabbing the mic from him and saying, if Chris Jericho is a sports entertainer, then he's a sports entertainer too. Jericho talks about a car crash on January 6, 2019. When he said January 6, I almost came out my chair. When a bunch of wrestlers were in a car crash, so he donated thousands of dollars to help them. One of those men was Garcia, who was starting to get better. love the touch with this and the 2.0 story, because it's very similar to the Inner Circle, how he talked about, in the original Inner Circle, them as a group promo, he talked about his connection to the guys, and this one he had a similar thing. As for 2.0, he says it's a bad name from bad creative, and so they are now using their real names, Angelo Smoke Daddy or something Parker. No, Angelo Cool Hand Angelo Parker, and Mac Daddy Matt Murad. His former best friend Kevin, talking about Kevin Steen, asked Jericho to put them on Talk is Jericho so they could hopefully get a job. Jericho saw the passion in them and helped them get to AEW. Then there's Jake Hager, who is Jericho's ride or die man. Hager says they beat up professional wrestlers, with Jericho saying this is the start of the era of the sports entertainer. We are the Jericho Appreciation Society, and that's entertainment. Can I just say, brilliant, using sports entertainment to get heat. This was a great promo. Jericho, in the way he looks, his weight, and his promos as of late, has gotten significantly better to what he was at the end of 2021. What did you think, Jimmy?
I think Chris Jericho is fantastic. I think he's brilliant. I don't know where he fits on the list. Somewhere behind Flair, Austin, but he's somewhere. He's somewhere near it. What is this? 6 or 7? I don't know. A lot of fucking gimmicks, and they all work. It's a lot. Most people get 2 maybe in their life. This was great. It went a little long, particularly. You know what I could have done without? Ironically, it was the most beautiful part of this. The Daniel Garcia stuff. I could have done without the car crash. It felt too emotional for what we were going for here. Like, oh, it's a good dude. Why? No, not a good dude. He's been a cunt this whole time. Let him be a cunt. They were still cheering for Jericho until he went on his spiel, which is why Chris Jericho is brilliant. I thoroughly enjoy the Jericho Appreciation Society. I knew from the name it was going to be ridiculous, and it is ridiculous. The made-up WWE names, this over-the-top nonsense with 2.0, it just works. And Jake Hager as the Hand of the King is a great name.
Yes.
Great gimmick. Very Game of Thronesy, and I'm here for it.
And it makes sense for his role, what his role's been in the Inner Circle to now. So, yeah, this was great stuff by Jericho. I did not want to like this at first, but I thought it was just brilliant how he used sports entertainment to get heat from the AEW fans. Next, we had what was one of our favorite feuds. I don't know if it is again, but between these two promos that these two ladies have gotten, they've got me back. They got me back, Jimmy. I'm talking about Serena Deeb and Hikaru Shida. First, we got to talk about Hikaru Shida's promo on Rampage, saying that she's going to cut Serena Deeb's head off. And then Serena Deeb just going off. Like I put you out. You had to think about it. Now I'm going to end your damn career. Oh, my God. Like, they brought some passion in these little promos to the point that I'm like, I want to see them fight again. They got me.
I could go, you know what? Fuck it. I do want to see them fight again. I didn't love Sheeta. I like Sheeta's promo, but her throwing the coat down, I was like, that's a bit over the top. But this is really good. Deeb is fantastic. I would not mind if she's the next big challenger for Thunder Rosa once she's done with Sheeta. And then fucking Gobert can move on, hopefully, to a break. But I wouldn't be mad if we did something else. I'm here for Deeb. I thought Sheeta's got to win this because they always had the babyface kind of win at the end of the feud. But Deeb should win. Like, Deeb is fantastic. And she's in great shape. Jesus.
A couple of things that I would do.
Okay.
The winner of Sheet and Deeb should definitely get the shot at Thunder Rosa, because these are two women that have pinfall victories over Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa's first loss in AEW was to Hikaru Shida back at All Out 2020. And she lost the NWA Women's World Championship to Serena Deeb. So you have the storyline history that you can go with either woman coming out of this feud to get a shot, or even give us a triple threat, which they don't do a lot with the women's division. With those three women, I think it would be a great matchup. Also, what I would love to see, is the fact that Britt Baker came out with no help. She lost on her own. I would like a little promo segment where Jamie Hayter and Rebel are upset about Thunder Rosa, beating her the way he does. But Britt wants to finally show respect, because the whole thing with Britt and Thunder is about respect. And her beating her for the title inside a steel cage. If Britt shows respect, that's a small way to. It won't go too much away from her character. She'll just be like, you know what? I'm gonna show respect. I'm still the best, but I respect you for beating the best. But Jamie Hayter, not being with it, attacks her and goes after we take out Britt for a while, take her out of the picture for a while, and Jamie Hayter being the one to take her out would put her in position to get a shot at Thunder Rosa. And this is a great way where just off me saying a couple of words, I just gave you 3 challengers for Thunder Rosa.
I don't hate Go Baker giving her begrudging respect, because I do think we have to be careful because she flopped as babyface because Tony Khan's terrible. But if she just kind of give it a rock after fucking Backlash 99.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
People forget he think he was just The Rock fucking shat all over Austin that promo right afterwards. I whipped his ass last night. But he was still about to turn face. It works. I wouldn't mind the same from Go Baker. And then you know what? I love Jamie Hayter, especially looking at her. So yes, let's do that. See,
absolutely. Right. We're on the same wavelength, because I was also thinking Corporation turning on Rock. Yes. with that whole setup of what I said. Yeah, I was thinking it, but I wasn't saying it. But you made the connection. Thank you for that. We had next up the TNT Championship on the line. Scorpio Sky defending against the face of the Revolution, Wardlow. Of course, Sky came out with Dan Lambert, who is wearing the TNT Championship, and I would have loved if commentary said it was the same TNT Championship owned by Cody. Because Dan Lambert wanted to wear that titles because he won that feud. But he was also joined by Paige Van Sant and her husband. Yeah, her husband. Paige Van Sant got in Wardlow's face at one point, which led to her husband getting in the way, getting a smooch from his wife.
Wardlow's face.
And then nearly getting a power bomb for Wardlow until Scorpio Sky got involved. Scorpio Sky did not have the advantage for long until Wardlow started hitting those power bomb symphony. We got 1, we got 2, and we got 3. Then Dan Lambert got on the apron for a distraction. This allowed Scorpio Sky to go to the outside. With him distracted, Shawn Spears came out and caused another distraction for Wardlow, who couldn't get over the fact that Shawn Spears was about to get involved. He went to the outside, but the referee told him to get back inside. With the referee distracted with Shawn Spears, MJF comes through the crowd and pushes Wardlow into the ring post. This leads to Wardlow getting back into the ring and rolled up by Scorpio Sky to get the victory in just about 9.5 minutes. After the match, American Top Team, along with Spears and MJF, all jump him. Wardlow does get an advantage at one point and had a huge pop from the San Antonio crowd when he was about to deliver a power bomb to MJF, but Shawn Spears comes through with a steel chair to the back. Paige Van Zant's husband with some ground and pound, and then Shawn Spears with a steel chair shot to the head. MJF gives a payoff to Dan Lambert, as this was all a plan from Maxwell Jacob Freeman, and then he nails Wardlow with the Dynamite Diamond Ring to get the final blow on his former employee. So what did you think about this segment here and the post-match?
I think this crowd was impossibly hyped the whole night, except for when Scorpio Sky's music hit. I'm dead fucking silence, as there should be, because we put the title on because he's black, and he's been here for a while. Apparently, he's undefeated for a year, if you say so. Where on Dark? Who cares? What? Feel free. What?
He had about like maybe one singles match since that loss.
It's like, who cares? And now he's the TNT champion. Jesus fucking Christ. The match was fine. Wardlow's still a little green. Scorpio Sky's still a bore. Nobody cares about Paige Van Zant's husband, Austin something or another.
Austin Vanderveer or something like that. It's easier for me to say Paige Van Zandt's husband, though.
I gotta be honest, I didn't like the finish at all. I don't like MJF shoving him into a ring post, and then Wardlow is so dizzy he gets rolled up. Wardlow's an animal. That's it. That's it. That's all it takes. Is this like his new Miro's neck where just roll ups fuck him up? He just can't. He's not talented enough to figure out how to get out of that.
I mean, CM Punk beat him with that too. So
like, just use your 300 pounds and get out of it, you bum. I would have preferred to fucking hit him with the ring or something.
I would have preferred a count out, but that wouldn't have been a strong
ring. Count him out. Let's move on with our life. The post match beatdown I liked. I'm not sure what the payoff. I mean, it feels kind of silly. Why would he pay him off? Like, we kept our belts. Isn't that the payoff? What the fuck are we even talking about?
Yeah, like I thought Dan Lambert should pay MJF because he helped him keep the title.
What? But I don't know. I gotta be honest. This is the most disappointing part of the night for me because I was really looking forward to MJF and Wardlow, and we're not off to the greatest of starts.
I do like the story of it with the whole thing with Wardlow when he was a part of the Pinnacle with Shawn Spears and MJF telling him you only need one powerbomb to beat somebody, and it was the fact that he wanted to do the powerbomb sympathy why he didn't win this one, because if he would have just pinned him after one powerbomb, Dan Lambert didn't get on the apron until the third one. Like, it was like they all knew that he was going to do multiple ones. He's become predictable with the Powerbomb Symphony now. So it came back to haunt him here. So I like that bit of storytelling in here. But I do agree with you. It was a letdown with the finish and the confusing payoff type of thing. Yeah, I agree.
It's weird.
We got Slam and Sammy Joe talking about the Jericho Appreciation Society story, I think, saying 3 indie guys I saw and think have potential: Alec Price, Yoya, and Dante Leon. Yeah, I've seen 2 or 3 of those guys in GCW. Yoya was very impressive. I've seen him in a couple of GCW. Dante Leon is a good high flyer. He just needs work on his other parts of his game. We got Frantic World says Vince is booking a lot of 3-way tag matches. I don't trust his booking skills, Jimmy.
Listen, again, agreed. Vince is terrible, at least last I saw. That doesn't make dummy good. That's all I'm saying.
And yes, you, my boy Blue, correcting me. Daddy Magic, Matt Rayrald.
I get why it might bother some people, but I enjoy the subtle shot that it'd be about being over the top.
Absolutely. EBB has arrived saying, God damn, that son of a bitch has done it again. He's found a winner again with this sports entertainer gimmick. Daddy Magic, Matt Menard, suits him so well. More Matt on TV is the best.
Agreed. Well, not about the last part, but that's fine. I like that. But Jericho's amazing. He might be one of the best creative minds ever.
Ever. I don't think that's a wild statement to say. We got SCW saying, will we see the Pro Wrestlers versus Sports Entertainer? Perhaps a Brian Mox stable versus JIS would be a great excuse for Regal to shout out blood and guts. Yeah, it would. That was his gimmick in NXT, to chant out War Games. So we had Slam and Sammy Joe say the same thing in a super chat earlier. I do agree. It was very subtle how they had these segments back to back, but I think that's probably where we're going to.
I hope so. I do feel like we're getting a little too much credit, to be honest.
Of course you do. Talk about the JAS promo, saying their promos are great. Frantic World. We also got Nick Jackson liking my booking idea. Triple threat for the women's title would be awesome. We also got Alan Weinstein, who says, I always wondered about Hager and Jericho. Jericho confirmed last night that Hager and him are lovers by referring to Hager as his rider.
I gotta be honest. I think I can see it.
I could see it. Nick Jackson showing some love to Jamie, saying, where my haters at?
Oh, I love her. Oh, I love her. So much. We got Sammy Joe saying, yeah, Dan Lambert won the feud. Cody and Brandy are gone. Dan is wearing the title. That's fucking preposterous. Cody's stock continues to drop, by the way. I'm sorry. It took way too long.
We also got Annika saying that kiss was just weird. Oh, talking about the Cody. No, the Cody has led to one of our best segments on True Hill Heat as the Codyverse turns. As I detail all the latest on Cody Rhodes. Keep making people wait for your WWE return, sir.
Oh, no, don't.
Please do. Please do. We also got Bryce here saying, thanks for joining us. Saying, I don't like Paige from AEW. I like the real Paige in WWE, in my opinion. In my honest
name, the fuck?
Like, how is it? How do you not like her? She hasn't wrestled. Like, she's just been there. Like, what is there not to like? You just don't like blondes? That's what it seems like. We got EBB saying they didn't put it on him because he's black. Didn't SRS report that he'd been slated to win it since last year? I think he'll grow into this reign, be a slimy heel that keeps getting away with wins.
First of all, let's break this down really quickly. All right, they didn't put on because he's black. Whatever you say. I'll take a word for it. Didn't SRS report that he's slated to win since last year? Maybe it would have been a bad idea then. It's a bad idea now. It's a worse idea now. I think he'll grow into this reign. Jesus fucking Christ. You remember Charlie Brown with every fucking, they put the football in every time they would fucking move it? This motherfucker's tried to get over with fucking 5 fucking different gimmicks in AEW, and it's failed every single time. It was dead fucking silence when he came out on the fucking show.
To be fair, he had new music. The new music that he debuted last week.
It was silence last week. It was silence week before that.
Because no. When he got the reach for the sky,
over.
The Reach for the Sky theme is a bop.
It's a great song, but it's over. It's over. I like Scorpio's guy, and we should keep him around. And yes, we should continue to try to figure this out. But until we figure it out, how about we not put the TNT title on him? He'll grow into his reign as a slimy heel. As a slimy heel? He was acting like a badass in this match. A slimy heel?
Can't get money. He says, I agree with Jimmy. Didn't like the Wardlow finish. He looked weak. We also got Romeo agreeing saying, yeah, Wardlow's stock dropped here. Yo, what did Jim Cornette like really take over Romeo's fucking YouTube comments? This is ridiculous. Then Romeo also saying Sean Spears is amazing. What are we doing?
I know he hates Sean Spears, but
EVB saying Sean Spears is amazing. You see the way he was walking down the ramp. My man was dreaming about all the ways he could use the chair. I love him hitting Wardlow with the chair.
It was fun. I do like that gimmick. It's so ridiculous, but I do enjoy it.
So over the top. We had EBB saying felt a little off the MJF Wardlow angle, and I don't know why. Decent, but on a night where everything felt massive, surprisingly, this felt okay.
I actually have the same reaction, but not for the same reason. I think it's because the MJF Punk Wardlow thing was such a gigantic moment, and then the follow up is a wrestling heel angle. Oh, okay.
Yeah. We got a great promo last week from Wardlow. This felt like a little bit of a letdown. So we got Frantic World saying Sky will be a good TNT champion. I'm just all for Scorpio Sky being TNT champion on the June 1st episode of Dynamite in Los Angeles in the Forum, so he can debut the purple and gold TNT championship.
Oh my fucking god! And then he'll fucking lose it because that's what Lakers do now. Kobe Bryant rolling over in his grave. Will Chamberlain rolling over in his grave, huh? LeBron James can't play defense. He's also rolling over in his grave.
You just disrespecting the dead on this episode and everything. Jesus. ABB saying, I ain't saying it's the right decision. I just don't think it's as bad as you're making it out to be.
In a vacuum, it's fine. But when Ricky Starks is on the program and other heels are on the program that could you do with this fucking belt and we can get more of them, it's awful.
And I agree with Annika here saying I still sing Reach for the Sky when he goes to the ring. I do agree. Adam Pearson here with us saying Sean Spears' chair gimmick is a tad too much for me. Does
Really?
Sean love the chairs like Perry Saturn loved Moppy? No, it's more of a sexual relationship. Saturn had more of like a puppy love crush on his mop, while Spears doesn't even have that love for the chair. He just has orgasmic feelings for what he can do with it.
Yes, actually. Yes, exactly. It's a little weird, but who am I to
Hey,
judge?
there's a science to it, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we went backstage and we had Jade Cargill with a promo with Smart Mark Sterling saying they want someone to step up for her 30th victim, and who's ready for the kiss of doom?
Okay. What? To be honest, I enjoyed the kiss last week or whenever the fuck that was, but I do like Mark Sterling trying to get it over as Jade attempts to move on. It was funny.
Yeah, Jay was not. Like, I don't not even want to talk about this. Next, we had the big moment, the AEW Tag Team debut of Matt and Jeff Hardy, the Hardys, not Hardy Boys, the Hardys. They went up against Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn of Private Party, who were hilarious for a lot of this matchup here. I love the moment where they gave the low blow to Matt Hardy before the commercial break, looked at the camera and said, "Hey, Rebby, no more babies for you." they controlled Matt for much of this until Jeff came in with the hot tag, and these San Antonio crowd loved them some fucking Jeff Hardy in this match. Jeff Hardy with a splash off the second rope for a near fall here. We got a cool little finishing sequence with stereo twist of fates from Matt and Jeff, and then Jeff followed up with the Swanton bomb, and Isaiah caught all of it on his ribs. Just over 12 minutes in this one. The Hardys played the greatest hits and got the victory. After the match, the AFO came down to ringside and surrounded the ring until Darby Allin and Sting came out and evened the odds. It seems like we're setting up an 8-man tag here, but any comments on the Hardys return, our AEW tag team debut here?
That was fine, but they look their age. I'll say that much. I just fucking Matt needs to. I don't know what he's doing with his attire, but that tight T-shirt ain't working. It doesn't give me nostalgia vibes. It gives me like time to go up a size vibes. I mean, Jeff is filled out too, but it's a little more like
feels like muscle.
Yes. Though watching the two of them play the greatest hits, I get why we did it, and I like that we did it. It's what everybody wanted. So we got San Antonio wanted, what the fans wanted. I was over it because I fucking don't need nostalgia. I just saw it. I saw it. I was there when it happened. That was fun. And now I'm over it. And I think we have a real problem if this is what they're going to be doing. If this is what they're going to be doing beyond the initial, 3 matches where we want to see it, I think we have an issue. Because if you watch Private Party and then you watch them, you go, oh, right. That's what they used to be able to do. Right. And I'm not here for it. They need to, I hate to keep using basketball analogies, but they're no longer young Kobe, young Michael. You can jump out the gym and fly around. It's time to transition into something else. I can't think of a wrestler who did that, who became a mid-range post-up jump shooter like Mike and Kobe did. But they need to figure it out. Because,
Well, Jericho's a good example of that, how he's evolved himself. He can't do the 30-40 minute matches that he could do in the early 2000s, so he's focused more on his character work over the last decade and different evolutions of the character work. And I think the Hardys kind of have to go the same direction. When they were hottest, since they're like the various reuniting that they've done over the past like 15 years, the one point where they were their hottest and their freshest is when they were the Broken Hardys. Now the Broken Hardys weren't seen by anybody outside of Impact fans, which is about 20 people at that time. So it would be brand new again here. So I think that whether it's maybe a feud with the House of Black that brings it out of them, or an injury to Max where we could get maybe a month or two of Jeff on his own, I think they need to do something story-wise that leads to them becoming the Broken Hardys in some way, because I feel like that's the only way that this won't get old very fast. But I do agree with you. The nostalgia act and playing the greatest hits doesn't have a long shelf life.
How about we just do the match for the Bucks, maybe FTR, and then we just retire them forever?
Because we need to. They just signed Matt to a long-term deal to match up with to match up with Jeff's deal. So they gonna do this.
Oh my dude, listen. Let's say the Broken Heart.
They haven't called Joey Janela, so they had to call Matt instead.
He just gave him his money, which is kind of hilarious and sad. I told you, boy. I told you. I love how all you idiots thought this was a family. You forgot it's a business. And that's how a billionaire would run it. The fuck are you guys even on about? What did you think was happening? We're family. All the guys who couldn't make right. So there was time to make money. And then what happened? Listen, I don't like fucking Broken Matt Hardy. I think it's lame. I think you all realize it was lame and don't want to admit it.
No, it only got lame when there was no fans, in my opinion. That's the only reason. He needs the fans to get it over.
Fans are supposed to be the icing on the cake. They're not supposed to be the whole cake. It should work by itself. Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, all these people can work without a peep, and it'll be great. Fans will make it better, but it'll work. If it can't work without fans, it doesn't work. Full stop. And Broken Matt stinks. Teleporting, this is dumb. And fucking, I gotta be honest though, I seen The Fiend. I saw some of that stuff with John Cena. That shit is awful, but in an amazing way. Does that make sense? Yes. I get it. I get why you all enjoy this.
Oh, that Firefly Funhouse is one of the best cinematic matches of all time.
Right? It's so dumb, but this is so great.
So over the top.
Yeah, I don't see it. He's old. He's not in the greatest shape. Let's move on. Why is it so hard?
Broken Hardys. Give me my Broken Hardys. Give me my Broken Hardys versus Young Bucks ladder match, please.
Oh my God!
Give it to me.
You mean that'll break something?
Give me to me. Oh, Jesus. You sound like Cash. Adam Pearson saying, to clarify, Sean Spears has an animalistic sexual relationship with chairs. No snuggling, no breakfast, and just pure swinging. Good to know. No, he's kind of like a pimp that enjoys using his holes. That enjoys using his holes in different ways, and that gives him his animalistic sexual fulfillment.
Yes, it's not a relationship.
Yeah.
The chair is a tool.
Exactly. It's a tool to perform things. We got a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Slam and Sammy Joe. Last call on super chat donations as we're about to wrap things up. Slam and Sammy Joe saying Wardlow wasn't pushed. MJF punched Wardlow in the back of the head with the ring. Then Wardlow hit his head on the ring post. I didn't catch that touch. Let me. We got the picture here. Let's see if he's right. Did he have the ring on his? Oh, well, we can't see, but it does look like he has like a finger to his head. So maybe you are right. I didn't catch that, but that would be a perfect touch to it, and would have if the commentary would have put that over, maybe I would have realized it more.
Well, to be fair to commentary, they can't put over things they're not told, and whose job is that? I forget.
And yes, agreed. That's why I said last call on super chats. Romeo thanking Sammy Joe, who gave us a lot here. We got to get SP3 his Thunder Rosa shirt. We're close. We're almost about to meet our quota, ladies and gentlemen. Last call. We got Annika, who says, please give Private Party more to do. They are really coming into their own being heels. Yes. They're showing so much.
You got it. I totally got lost about the Hardy Boys. Fucking Isaiah Cassidy is fucking fantastic. Holy shit. The selling, the way he moves.
Loved him doing the
the dancing, the squealing, which is always hilarious. Isaiah Cassidy.
He squealed on the Jeff leg drop into the nuts. That was great. I love his scream. His scream pops me every single time. EBB saying surreal for Private Party. I think down the line they'll put them over big. I think if the Hardys are gonna have like a last match, it needs to be against Private Party and put them over in a big way. That would be great in my opinion. Annika saying, Brother Nero, clap, 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 Brother Nero. We heard the chants. Bring it, Broken Hardys. We also got Frantic World. It says the Broken Universe is so funny. The promos are great too. I agree. We also got Romeo. Says we have surpassed our Sean Spears talking time for the episode.
It is a lot for Sean fucking Spears.
We got EBB saying Jimmy's tone when talking and critiquing shows on his channel versus just talking here is night and day.
That's because with the shows we watch, I have a feeling that the creator knows what they're doing all the way through. Full stop. I'm sorry, sir. You have the money. Hire a booker. Jesus.
Yo, Tony, just hit up Hangman and just have a drink when you watch the show. But yes, oh man, the only other segment we didn't mention is after the tag match. We had a quick promo from Red Velvet hyping up her match with against Layla Hirsch this Friday on Rampage. Rampage has Darby Allin versus The Butcher. You got Maskcaster versus Keith Lee. You got House of Black versus Fuego del Sol and Bear Country. End that match with the ladies there. Quick little promo. Can't say anything bad or good about it.
Same, just passable.
So let's hear from all of you in the live chat. We want to hear if you gave the show a thumbs up or thumbs down. What's your match of the night, MVP and LVP? And out of 10, what did you give the March 16th, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite? We got another super chat donation. We're closing in on that number. Yeah. EBB saying, what do you guys think of Sean Spears? Phenomenal. he like asked us a question and then answered
it. Sean Spears' chair gimmick is splendid. Yes,
Sean Spears has really found the role of his career. This is a role that he just fits and he plays it so very well.
You know who hasn't found their role yet? Actually,
who?
Russell Westbrook. I'm sorry. I warned you all. I banned this shit before she got bad. You should have known. Sorry. EBB talked about the main event already. We opened the show with it. Yes. You
gotta go back. But we will talk about it again as we break down the show with Jimmy. Put your thumbs in the middle. And what did you give the March 16th, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite St. Patrick's Day Slam in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up all around. Out of 10, what did you give the show, Jimmy?
8. I go with an 8.
I went with an 8.5. The half is for who I am giving the MVP to. Yes, it's Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa is the MVP of this show in every way possible. The first ever Mexican-born female to win a world championship in a major U.S. promotion. History was made. Thunder Rosa, in my opinion, the best female wrestler in the world.
Jesus.
And he was finally crowned here. And yes, let it rain.
That's a great graphic. Goddamn.
That graphic was awesome. I've been reposting it everywhere. I put it on my personal Instagram account. Jimmy, who was your MVP?
I'm gonna go with Thunder Rosa too. I thought the match was really good. I thought she fucking deserved it. For 2 weeks ago, but whatever. And I'm gonna give honorable mention to Ricky Starks for being fantastic.
Ricky Starks, yes. I'm gonna give our honorable mention. If we're gonna give honorable mentions now, I gotta give it to Jericho. Jericho's promo was great stuff. Brilliant work using the sports entertainer gimmick to get heat. Great stuff. LVP of this show, Jimmy.
Jesus. Scorpio Sky. He was the 5th most important person in the segment and got complete silence when he came out.
I am going to go with Paige Van Zandt's husband.
Wow!
Well, he got way too much camera time for someone that I absolutely care less about.
Makes
So,
him the MVP.
no.
He's married to Paige Van Zandt. Looking like that.
I mean, he's winning in one way. He is losing in another because Paige Van Zandt's very unhappy that their sex tape got leaked as well. So yeah, he's LVP in a number of different ways. But yeah, I'm going with Paige Van Zandt's husband. Match of the night, Jimmy.
Ugh. I want to give it to the main event off GP. That 6-man tag was really good. Fuck it, I go with the main event.
I am also going with the main event, and like Jimmy said, yes, I went back crazy that I started off the show talking about Thunder Rosa's win. EBB, this is why you had to come on time, hit that bell on the channel so you get your notification when we go live. You know, we usually start at 1:05 p.m. Eastern time. We will be back at our regularly standard time on next week's show, but we started a little bit early because we got to do work after this, and we also got you, my boy Blue, with a super chat, $10 super chat donation. I'm getting my shirt. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Blue. You're the man, Blue. Saying get you somebody that makes you feel like Sean's chairs make him feel, or get you someone who makes you feel like Thunder Rosa's title win made me feel.
That's hilarious.
Absolutely. Annika saying 8 out of 10. We saw the ending to Rosa and Baker and Sky versus Wardlow a mile away. Yeah, we called it on last week's show. Nick Jackson saying 9 out of 10. Simon Sammy Joe saying 8.9 out of 10. Frantic World saying 8 out of 10. EBB saying match of the night opening tag, which definitely deserves an honorable mention for sure. MVP Rosa. LVP is regrettably Romeo. I agree.
Jesus.
I agree. Yeah, I'm gonna say co-LVPs for Paige Van Zandt's husband and Romeo, because at least Paige Van Zandt's husband is winning in some way. Romeo was losing in the live chat. Adam Pearson saying I gave it a solid 7. Thunder Rosa was the MVP, putting the women's division on notice, and Matt Jackson LVP dressing like a trash bag full of pancake batter.
God damn.
Yo, Adam, why you had to do it like that?
So mean. Jesus.
Oh. Adam man broke us. Romeo, take a screenshot, please.
What the fuck? A trash bag full of pancake batter.
I'm crying. Yo, I can't breathe.
God damn.
Oh man.
Came at his head.
Yo, that was vicious. Annika, LVP Paige's husband, because we can't even remember his name.
Austin, shit, we just said it. Austin, fuck.
Austin Vanderveer or something. But Jimmy, but let's not try to rack our brain with that. Please let the people know where they can find you, sir.
At Jimmy Macram, Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube, where we talk about stuff like Ozark. Indeed. And you can find me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can also follow the gang on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TrueHillHeat. Become a Patreon backer at patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month. You get more exclusive content, Fusion of Honor, True Hill Heat post show, the 3 count with SP3, plus much, much more, and the True Hill Heat Prediction Championship. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Plenty of great content up right now. We had our watch along for AEW Dynamite St. Patrick's Day Slam. We also on Tuesday following NXT, we had NX3 49 Boned Alone, talking about Cora Jade becoming Macaulay Culkin during that episode. We also had Rated Raw Superstars, our watch along of Monday Night Raw, the best way to watch Monday Night Raw every single week. And then later tonight, we got True Hill Heat's standard Thursday Night Delight Blunt Impact, as Chris G and Ness will review
tonight's Impact on Access TV. And of course, on Sundays over on the Fightful Overbook YouTube channel, you got True Rewind. Check out the latest episode, paid for by the New World Order, episode 70, as we reviewed the July 29th, 1996 editions of WCW Nitro and WWF Raw. So, want to thank Jimmy, as usual, for being a great co-host. Want to thank all of you guys making us laugh in the live chat. Our live chat is the best. And Adam Pearson, yes, you deserve an MVP shout out for that comment. Well done for breaking us right at the end, sir. Thank you all for joining us. This has been AEWramble episode 34. Thunder Rosa, new AEW Women's World Champion. We are signing off until next time. Or let Thunder Rosa sign us off.
Hey guys, it's Thunder Rosa and welcome to True Heel Heat.
She's kind of fine, actually. Sorry, I didn't know I was still on camera.
Later,
Sorry,
y'all.
Thunder Rosa's husband.